But
Right?
which Pokemon though? What would you? Which Pokemon would you want?
I would die for Bulbasaur.
You would want the
I
Bulbasaur.
want the
Okay.
Bulbasaur.
Okay.
Amanda.
Hi, I'm Jet.
I'm Michaela. So tell me about your cosplay.
I am Ignis Scientia in his Kingsglaive uniform from Final Fantasy 15.
I'm Cardcaptor Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura.
I am Junkrat from Overwatch.
So what does cosplay mean to you guys?
It almost feels like this other persona of myself, which is the sort of J side of it, becomes other people. Sometimes I am in a ball gown and glamorous and a princess or a queen, and other times I'm a supervillain. And becoming yourself, deciding who you are and figuring out who you are through that form of self-expression, I think is really important and something that not everybody has the opportunity to do because we're so defined by how we look. That when you do cosplay, you're liberated.
I think it also, like, the creative aspect of it, like showing off talents that I've developed over the years, art and things that I really just feel like I couldn't express the same way as others. You know, I have a lot of friends who are really good at drawing and art like that, but I'm okay with like painting and making things, but it just wasn't the same. Like I couldn't show somebody, hey, here's like something I do for art. They're like, okay, it's all right. I was like, well, okay, cosplay is my art now.
When I started cosplaying, I'm coming into this hobby as a plus size girl, and that was a little overwhelming at first, but people were just so welcoming, and I really felt confident in my own skin, and doing my first photo shoot was like a life-changing experience for me. And I was like, I gotta do more of this, and ever since then, I've been fine with my body, and other people will come up to me occasionally and be like, thank you so much for putting yourself out there. Now I put myself out there, and being able to help people like that's really rewarding in and of itself also. So do you think that there should be restrictions on the way people cosplay? Or
I started cosplaying about 17 years ago when I was a very confused young queer person growing up in the middle of nowhere, a while that away. And I didn't have very much to look up to other than RuPaul on TV, showing me I could be anybody I wanted to. And when I looked at her, I was like, oh my gosh, I can be anyone I want to, and cosplay let me explore that.
I feel like you can do whatever you want with it because gender, especially now, is such a freedom. More we're learning that there's nothing really set in stone now, and then people are like, oh, chromosomes. It's like, well, no, there's
two different
much
things.
more
Biological
different...
sex and gender identity and
Right.
gender expression are two completely different universes. Yeah, and have
Exactly.
changed culturally through centuries. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think there's something to be said about that. In being able to cosplay, gives you such freedom. So if you wanted to do a female Junkrat, you could do that. Or, you know what I mean? It's to each his own kind of thing. For me, I'm not a 12-year-old flat-chested anime girl. I'm plus size. So, kind of just taking the freedom and being I don't care if I'm not that size. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway.
What is your best video game of all time?
I think Tales of Symphonia is my favorite video game of all time. Tales series, not really one that's that well known, but I mean, that was the first video game I ever beat, so it means a lot to me.
Final Fantasy VII was my first real Final Fantasy and was kind of a life-changing thing for me. So yeah, I'll stand by it.
All right. I think you would know my answer, but I also want to say Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Pokemaniac. Ooh, I like this already. You wake up to find a Pokeball next to your bed. You shake it, you throw it, and you discover that there's an actual Pokemon inside. Yes! Ready to be your new best friend and to go into battle at your command. But then you learn no one else is able to see it but you. Like Detective Pikachu.
Oh.
Do you love and take care of the Pokemon while everyone else thinks you're crazy? Or do you abandon it in the cold and pretend this never happened? Go.
I would die for Bulbasaur.
Same.
I forgot. Like, look, people already think I'm crazy. I already talk to myself and dress up in weird characters. It's nothing new.
You can easily get around that by just putting a Bluetooth in your ear at all times, and people think you're
Why
on phone.
didn't Eddie Brock do that in
Yes.
Venom?
Yep.
Because
That would have saved him
Listen,
so much
in New York
trouble.
City, I grew up in Brooklyn. People talk to themselves all the time,
All the
and it's
time.
just like you just leave them alone. And if
Yep.
people think I'm crazy, then maybe they won't talk to me, and then that's fine sometimes.
right.
But which
Right?
Pokemon though? Which Pokemon would
I
you
would
want?
die for Bulbasaur.
You would want the
I would
Bulbasaur. You okay? Okay.
It's not a starter, so I would say Sylveon because it matches my aesthetic. So there you go.
Okay, so this doesn't match my aesthetic. Gumi.
Gumi.
100% Gumi because Gumi is just a little soft lump that does nothing.
Y'all ready to play perfection?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
It's gonna make a noise and pop up. Yay!
That doesn't go there!
Game what
I
monster?
probably could have gotten like 2 more pieces in. You see?
Oh my god!
I don't know.
Look, I'm flipping them all. Is that cheating? I don't
Oh
care.
god, no, we were supposed to do that?
I flipped it.
I think it helps.
Okay, well.
I don't know if it does.
Every
Oh
millisecond
no, I have the
matters.
same one.
You got the squiggles?
I have the 2
The evil squiggles.
Ready? Wait, hold on, real quick. Okay.
No!
Oh my
Go.
god.
Oh no. This doesn't make it that much easier. does it?
No, it doesn't. I thought it would.
Smacking it doesn't work. I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm bumped.
Smacking it doesn't work. Screaming internally does not work.
Yes. There we go. Our triangle.
Did we get less time or did we get the same amount of time?
Did we get less time? Did we get more time?
Quick. That one tips. That one tips. There we go.
You can do it. You can do it. Timer. Come on, no!
I win.
That's the lesson of the power of teamwork.
That was still very anxiety inducing.
That's- we
I
did
didn't
it, though.
think it was gonna work. 1, 2, 3. I still missed. That's okay. It's fine. We did it. Hey, this is gonna sound weird, but I need that bib for myself because these eat more than I eat. So, 100%.